Good morning, good evening, whichever geography you are in. I'm Pranav Guha Thakurta, founder EduTV. Today, we have a young boy and a young girl with us, and their advocacy for AI, robotics, STEM is commendable. As this is the time for artificial intelligence, robotics, and STEMs. We would like to have a bit idea about how the things are happening in schools in India and abroad. Our host is a young boy, Atul Joshi. He's a 12th grader from Academic World School, Bemitra, Chhattisgarh. Over to you, Anuj. Sorry, I said Atul. I'm so
Thank you,
sorry.
sir, for this
Over to you, Anuj.
opportunity. Yes, no
Yes.
problem, sir, no problem. Good afternoon to all of the people present on the panel. It is an extreme honor to welcome you to this session on shaping young minds, the future of STEM, AI, and robotics in schools. This event has been organized by EduTV, a platform with a viewership of millions across 28 countries. We are grateful for the vision and leadership of Mr. Pranav Guha Thakurta, founder of EduTV, and the dynamic co-founder, Ms. Tanya Sethi, whose tireless efforts continue to transform the education landscape. Today, we are delighted to have with us Mrs. Piya Sharma, principal of the Rhine International School, Faridabad. Mrs. Sharma's passion for fostering innovation and creativity in students makes her a trailblazer in the field of education. Let's welcome Mrs. Sharma for this exciting discussion. Thank you, ma'am, for being a part of this session.
It's my pleasure.
So, ma'am, my first question you with regards to AI and in schools and education and in the educational sector is how can schools strike a balance between introducing advanced technologies like AI and robotics while still nurturing critical human skills that are necessary, such as creativity, empathy, and collaboration in students?
All right, it's a very good question, I would say, Anuj, and a very well thought question. I think, when we talk about, you spoke about the aspects of creativity, empathy, and collaboration. And when you use these kind of words, the first thing that comes in my mind is project based learning. Right. So that's exactly what we are doing in schools now. Whatever learning is taking place is based on, giving students projects based on the curriculum that they are doing. Now, the projects when the students are doing in today's generation, especially which is so AI rich, STEM informed, and robotic crazy, I would say. So definitely we see these things piping into our projects coming in there, and the projects are done very beautifully. Now, when you talk of AI, what is exactly AI? It is actually doing away with the mundane work that we see every day, which can be done by computers. So that's exactly where the students are using that. They are using technology in the best possible way, where as a tool to innovate, to create better things in a faster manner. So that's exactly that we are seeing is happening around in our school also at RAN International School, Faridabad. We believe in excellence in education. And our chairman, sir, Dr. A.F. Pinter, seriously believes that technology needs to go hand in hand with education. So that's exactly what is happening here. So our students are doing projects. Again, our latest project that our students are doing is, latest we heard about this underpass incident in Faridabad, which is a tragic incident where a car drowned, because the water levels were very high. So my students started thinking out of the box, and they had, they decided, ma'am, in our, what we are studying in our science, we would like to integrate technology and submit a project how we could, ensure these kind of, accidents don't happen. And they have actually come out with, an app which is already tested now in within our school campus. We've already tested it during the rainy day. Like moment the water level goes a little high, there's a beep, indicator, and automatically the beep becomes an alarm, and which means that please do not enter that arena now. So that is where technology is being used by students very beautifully. Another thing where they've been using technologies was during, COVID time. They made a robotic which could clean the floor. a small, cheap robotic, which could be used by our teachers, by Ranites, tested also. And we had a couple of parents buying it off also. So that is where technology is being used by our students. Also, we also created, a world record with something known as a climate clock. Now, what happened was all over in the world, 1,500 climate clocks were created, using STEM technology, and where they could, gauge the temperature of the entire nation. What is there. It would give you whatever place would you want. You could get the temperature at any time, which is there in our ATL labs right now. So I think students are using, creativity is growing, collaboration students are learning. And when you talk of empathy, when you work as a team together, your patience to listen to others' ideas, to adapt those ideas, you know, is known as empathy. That means caring for others, listening for others, and working as a team. So that is where I think creativity, empathy, and collaboration is helping to, AI, to impart AI in our education system and grow better. I hope, Anuj, that takes care of your question.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that wonderful answer. Ma'am, my second question to you is what steps do you think schools can take to encourage students in today's time, especially young girls,
Mm-hmm.
pursue careers in the STEM field and, break traditional stereotypes of taking fields or taking subjects according to their genders?
Okay, again, I think in today's time, when we talk of gender, uh, somewhere down the line, Anuj, I feel it's not applicable anymore. Why? Because we talk of equality, gender equality. Yeah, but the stereotype thing that STEM careers are only for men, I think is way broken, which we could see during Ada Lovelace's time, where she invented did the first invention, and she was a lady there, right there. So we could see way back also ladies were into this thing, not many in number, but now they have manifolded. And what happens is when we see, it's very in women, when you see a woman in another profession which was initially called the, for the males, uh, all girls try to get into it because they see somebody excelling there. We've seen it in Air Force happening, in armed forces, where the girls are now manifolded in number. They all want to grow, join it there. And same thing is happening in STEM career as well. Now, when we talk of motivating them further, first and foremost thing is introducing for anyone, for not only I would say girls or females, for anyone, for motivation, we need to have the right role model put across to them, right? And that's what we are doing. We are exposing our girls to lot of female who are into STEM, and doing well in STEM careers, basically. And that is done through celebrity interactions. We're calling them to our schools, where they're talking, they're telling them what the career is all about and how lucrative it is, right? And secondly, of course, we're also going for mentorship programs where the girls are getting into mentorship programs. It's a short time, like 1 week during the summer break, where a female is there who's going to be their mentor as well, who's doing well in her STEM career, who's mentoring them. So they really exactly understand how it is, what it is, the feel is, because every career has its own demands, and one of the most beautiful demands of the STEM career, I would say, is you need to be curious. You need to have good analytical skills, and so girls have realized that, and it's invention, and the joy when you invent something comes up. The girls are experiencing that, and that's why we've seen that there's a manifold increase now. Gone are the times when I was other day hearing Dr. Sudha Murthy, where she said she was the only girl in the engineering college where she joined it way back, and today I don't think there's any dearth of girls there. So I think it's on the growth, and definitely girls are motivated and are, if not equal, they're actually marching ahead of the boys there. So I think it's a well take from most of the schools who are doing this job. By the clubs also, I think all schools have STEM clubs now. And we are seeing, if boys are there, equal number of girls also coming in there.
Thank you,
Yeah,
ma'am.
yeah.
My third and final question to you is How do you see the future of education, evolving with AI-driven tools? And how can, actually educators ensure that these tools are used ethically and responsibly in classrooms?
Okay, so when we talk of invention, we see creation. That's what AI is exactly doing, right? And when can all this happen? When there's clarity of concepts among our students, when the students start loving a topic. And again, I would say the credit, of course, goes to the teacher, but hand in hand to AI as well. When I talk of AI, the credit goes to AI is because teachers are using AI tools to personalize lessons for the children to understand where the children are. They're giving tailor-made, assignments to our children. There might be a child who's not understanding a particular concept well, has no clarity. So we have this kind of assignments which judge exactly where is the area where the child needs more of focus. And accordingly, there are YouTubes that are coming up. There are lessons which teachers have, which are online lessons, which a child can browse through, go through also after class, go through it, again go back to the assignment and score well. And when he scores well, the next level of the assignment can be given. They're levels basically. And child improvises. So nobody is competing with the other person, but I would say it is competing with yourself itself and improving your previous scores. So that comes to clarity of concept, because when you're talking of inventions, you need to be very clear with your concepts as well, and then you can really get into invention. So that's one aspect where I said AI is really helping you. Moreover, I think when you talk of AI, we cannot miss with the online, boom that we are having there, and the amount of knowledge that is coming out, which we can just get at a click of a mouse. When you hear a word and you start exploring, and that's where creativity is. We see creativity happening. And think people thinking out of the box, and that's why we have so many startups around coming up as well. And now, all thanks to AI. What is Ola? What is all? All this is all based on AI, basically, that we can see happening there. So I think that's definitely, going to be is creating the boom around that we are looking for. Anuj. Right. So what was your second half of the question? I just couldn't get that.
Ma'am, the second half was, how do you think educators can, ensure that these tools are used ethically and responsibly in classrooms?
All right. So I think to ensure that students use it ethically, I guess we need to educate them about the copyrights, about the privacy rights. That's very important, about the data security, student safety, data verification, validation. These are the kind of terms that are very necessary that, as educators, we need to tell them. So we're giving them a tool how to use, but the manual also needs to be taught to them. So getting them to know the manual would be through, seminars, through workshops in schools, debates, where topics could be given to them that would help them to do a deep study about it and, you know, deliver according to the rules and regulations. So that's what I feel, Anuj, is the best way to, address them as to how to use a technology wisely and skillfully and make it a big boom for themselves as well.
Thank you, ma'am, for that answer.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Anuj. Thank you so much.
With that, we come towards the end of this segment. I'd like to thank Miss Priya Sharma for sharing her invaluable insights and thoughtful perspectives. Ma'am, your ideas in balancing technology with human values and fostering innovation have been truly inspiring. A special thanks to EduTV for making this platform possible. We deeply appreciate the efforts of Mr. Pranav Guha Thakurta and Ms. Tanya Sethi, whose dedication continues to enrich students and educators across the globe. Thank you all for being a part of today's session. Thank you.
Thank you
Thank you,
so much.
Anuj. Thank you, Pranav.
Thank you so much, Mrs. Priya Sharma, for taking out time in such a her busy schedule, and she had been always helping us. EduTV is forever grateful to you. And I'm also would like to thank Mr. Pankaj Joshi, Principal, Academic World School, Bemitra, Chhattisgarh, for helping us in such a short notice. And definitely, I would like to thank Anuj Joshi, a 12th grader from Academic World School, Bemitra, Chhattisgarh. And Anuj, you did an awesome work, at least better than me. Thank you. Just a sec. Thank you.